President John Dramani Mahama have actually replied on the current issue of Nigeria must go and the locking of Nigerians and Igbo shops in Ghana. According to him, and he has also sent strong warnings to Ghanaians and Nigerians living in Ghana. According to him, he is not in support of what is going on, and they are going to readjoin the traders rule for foreigners in Ghana that can suit foreigners that are doing business in Ghana. I'm going to be allowing you guys to watch this video, but please like this video, subscribe and share. Let's check out this video together.
This is what President of Ghana said about Nigeria must go yesterday.
Because all our fellow West Africans don't need a visa to come to our country. So if they decided to travel from US to Accra, they don't need a visa anyway. So if you're bringing our colleague West Africans back, I mean, that's okay. And so I think that agreement has been activated, and a first batch of 14 nationals came. Several of them were our Nigerian brothers. They opted to go back home. And so we facilitated, we put them on buses, to be able to go back home. One of them was a Gambian who is not as easy. You have to get him an air ticket to be able to facilitate his travel. So what we've done is contacted their embassy to let them know of his presence so that they can facilitate his return to Gambia. And so that's the issue with regards to deportations and arrivals. West Africa has the protocol of free movement, and so any West African is free to come to Ghana and be able to stay for 90 days. And so if they decide to bring them, I mean, we don't have a problem accepting them. Then with regards to the GIPC Act, we are living in a new environment. We have the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme. We have the African Continental Free Trade Area that wants us to open our markets to each other. And so the former protective regime is changing. And so we need to review the GIPC Act to be able to take cognizance of that. And aside from that, there's limited foreign direct investment in the whole world. And so you need to place yourself in a position where you're able to attract as much foreign investment as possible. So when you put a barrier of $1 million, there are people who, with $500,000, can open a manufacturing establishment. But because you say he must show $1 million of transferred capital into the country, then you shut out that investor. And that's why, as part of the GIPC review, we're removing the minimum requirement so that anybody who wants to come and set up a business in Ghana to provide employment for our people is welcome to come. But that is different from the issue of the markets. And so there's advocacy that we should review that issue with markets. The current law restricts retail sector to only Ghanaians. And there are people who argue that it's anti-competition and so many other things. But of course, in most countries, you want to reserve a certain portion of the economy for your people. And so Parliament is going to look at it, and eventually whatever law they pass is what we have to live with.
First of all, the president of Ghana met the press and he spoke about a lot of things. He spoke about how they have been able to, make the economy steady. He spoke about a lot of things. Now, he said the reason why the economy is stable is because they have reordered their expenditure. And also, they have diverted funds to places where it is needed, in building roads, in hospitals and everything. They've redirected the funds to important places and not just spending and borrowing. So that's why the economy is stable. Unlike somebody who is coming who doesn't know about all these things and he came out saying that it is because of fraud money. And he also said that, every African that has been deported from every West African that has been deported from America can actually come to Ghana. So far 11 people have been deported, 10 being from the other nation, them, and 1 from Gambia. So he said they can stay here for 90 days and then they will be, sent back to their countries. But the main thing he said that I want to touch on is he said that the GIPC law that was passed in 2013 to protect Ghana traders, that is, only Ghanaians can be involved in retail business. He said he's going to send it to Parliament to be reviewed. Don't forget, it was under him that this law was passed, and now he said he wants to review it. So if he wants to review it, no problem. I don't know how Ghanaian traders are going to take this. Yes, I don't know how they're going to take this. Now, since he wants to review the GIPC law, that might enable foreigners to, get into retail business. I think he should also make sure that the import duty is scrapped, make it free port like Togo, or if possible, reduce the import duty completely from that 35% to probably 2 or 3%. You understand? Because Ghana purchase, the city purchasing power is very high. So somebody cannot go and pay 35% import duty, VAT and everything, and then somebody go and use 13%, and then you expect the two of them who will be involved in retail business now to sell at the same price. A time will come where Ghanaians will not be able to sell anything again. So if he wants to review the GIPC law, no problem. But he should also review the import duty. Meaning it should be scrapped, like it should be reduced drastically. Yes, reduced drastically. You understand? Because a Ghanaian cannot go and use plenty money to go and clear his goods and then come and sell it at a moderate price because he wants to compete with another person. So he wants to review the GIPC law, no problem. But Ghanaian traders should make sure, or GUTA should make sure, or GIPC should make sure that they petition him to reduce the import duty.
One of the things that affects tourism in Ghana and West Africa is that our service is poor. You go to a restaurant and they think that they are doing you a favor. You go to eat and they think that you owe them, to serve you. If you go to other parts of the world, it's completely different. You are compelled to spend your money because they are all over you. Even before you finish the drink that they have given you, you are halfway. Can I bring you another drink? And if you are the shy type and things, you always say, oh, yes, yes. And you forget that you have to pay for it. And so we must improve our service delivery. Owners of services must take professionals who know how to be courteous to customers, to know that we are in this job because you've come here to eat or you've come here to do this. And so that's one of the drawbacks of our whole tourism experience. And most times you spend so much money, set up an establishment, instead of going for professionals, you go and haul your relatives from the village to come and serve people. They pay and they can't even get their change. You can't find the waiter who took your money. And when you even find them, he says, oh, we have no change. I mean, they have a certain sense of entitlement. And so until we reform all these, and it's an attitudinal problem, until we reform all these, and people who own these establishments make sure that service delivery is at near 100%, we would not be able to attract enough tourists into our country. We have a beautiful country. People come and, they just say, look, this country is good. But if you hear a lot of the feedback and you say, oh, but what is negative about it? Oh, your service is not the best. Always, that's the feedback that comes. But this bureau now has the technology to use your IP number and find you wherever you are. So I'm sending a signal to Ghanaians that we can find you those doing those hate speech and things. We'll use your IP number, we'll trace you. And when we trace you, we'll deal with you under the criminal code for inciting violence and disturbance of the peace. But I believe that beyond that, we must start making regulation for this new media because it's unregulated. And so anybody just takes a phone and says, oh, this plane crash, I wish that so and so had been the one in the helicopter and had died, and dwarfs have eaten him in the forest. Why would you say something like that? And so we need regulation for that new emerging media. But in the meantime, the National Signals Bureau has been given the full authority to track down people who do that kind of thing and bring them to be sanctioned under the criminal code. I've been reluctant to...
They no fee fine now. Apparently, the news to hear whether you hear now be say Nigeria must go still they happen. And during my findings now, I found out say there are 4 factors, 4 different sections that is driving this Nigeria must go narrative. 4 4. 1. The Ghanaians that are thinking Nigerians are taking their women. Those are 1. 2. The Ghanaians that are thinking Nigerians are taking over their businesses, their market, and all of that. That is 2. 3. The Ghanaians that genuinely are concerned about the crimes that Nigerians are committing in Ghana, like the fraud, like the Ashawu, all these things. That is 3. 4. It is politically driven. Politically, it is driven somehow. You understand? Okay, I will break it down. 1. Some Ghanaians think say, okay, Nigerian men are spending too much for the Ghanaian women. Because of that, the Ghanaian women are actually going for the Nigerian men. You understand? That is 1. 2. The other one, the 2 will be what? Which one again? The business aspect. If you go to Nigeria, if you go to the market now, you go to market, Makola. You are buying a goods worth 1,000 cedis. That is the original price for that thing, right? A Ghanaian man can put a profit of 500 cedis on it, or 1,000 cedis on it. That is, if it's 500 cedis, that is 50% of that goods as a profit, or 100% profit on that thing. You can say they have to sell it for 2,000. While you go to a Nigerian store, that same thing, you see for 1,001 or 1,002, that means 20% profit. You understand? So in the end now, if you go to the market now, people are now looking forward to going to buy in Nigerian stores, not the Ghanaian stores. So Ghanaians believe that Nigerians are spoiling their market for them. That's why you see people in the market, they have their own they are driving the force saying Nigeria must go, because they want Nigerians to leave the market so they can actually take over the market as they want to do it. 3. The part that these are the real Ghanaians that I actually support, in the sense that they say the crimes that Nigerians are committing is too much. Nigerians are like, doing fraud, they are buying people, they are doing a lot of things that are not really nice, which I agree to that. It's not really nice. Nigerians need to do better than that. That is 3. And then the 4th one is politically driven, in the sense that they're using Igbo King. Of course, what Igbo King say is absolutely wrong. I don't support anything about the Igbo King, because number 1, it shouldn't be even we call king, it should be called a chief. That is it, to his people. That is it, right? Now, that particular one is being driven. Even that one said they sort it out. They already saw the problem, right? But if you look at it politically now, the Ghanaians want Nigerians to go, right? And the government are saying it is not as easy as you think it is. Nigeria must not go because they are our brothers, right? A particular political parties are now saying, okay, they are supporting Nigeria must go, which is the opposition of the current party in power, right? NDC are saying Nigeria must go. They're supporting the narrative. While NDC is saying Nigeria must stay because we are brothers. While NPP are saying Nigeria should go. And that particular thing is what's called Yariga is the one leading that particular movement. Now he is leading that movement because he wants to be president in the future. You see, and Ghanaians are gonna say, "Oh, Ayariga is supporting what we want. We are going to vote for Ayariga as president for the next time." You see, that is how Ayariga will become president. That's the same thing Mahama had. Mama was dealing with the Dunso. Oh, we want Dunso to go away. Dunso should go away. Mama was working on it. Mama was 90% done. Right? But Ghanaians were not patient. Ghanaians say he has to go, he has to go. They kick him out. They brought in Excellency Akufado. Akufado came. Come and show Na Pepe. 4 more for Nana. Now they brought Mahama back because they have seen enough shaggy. You understand? So allegedly, I'm not talking against any party. I beg. I know why. And I'm not a politician. I don't vote in this country. I don't vote for any country at all. In my own country, I don't get voters card. Top of say I get voters card for Ghana. I don't get voters card for Ghana. I don't vote in Ghana. So please take me out. I'm just analyzing what I think I see. God bless Ghana. God bless Nigeria. God bless Africa. Ghana and Jack Presido. I beg. If I send Nigerians away, me, I'm not going anywhere. Oh, thank you.
If Ghanaians say Nigeria must go, so Nigerians should go. As at yesterday, some Nigerians living in Ghana passed me some information that is going on in Ghana. And they said Ghanaians have started protesting that issue is escalating every blessed day. This person that gave me this information even claimed that some Nigerian shops were locked yesterday. That this whole thing has not gotten to all regions in Ghana. But some areas have been affected. They don't want to even see Nigerians. Even Ghanaian media have come outside to claim that nobody should rent house or shop to any Nigerians. I don't know how true this claim is, but a Nigerian that lives in Ghana was the one passing me that information, and when he was telling me, he was panicking. And you know what? Anything that happened in Ghana today is not being caused by Ghanaians nor Nigerians that live in Ghana. The whole escalation and the whole thing that is going on right now is being caused by Nigerians that are living outside Ghana. And a lot of you no get sense because you guys think everything is banter. What you guys fail to understand is there is time for seriousness and there is time for play. In this situation, Ghanaians are not playing. These guys are ready and they are serious. These people cannot be telling you what is paining them, and most of us will come to the internet and start shading them, start throwing insult on them, start bragging and say you collect Ghana from them. That is disrespectful. And most of all these people that do this thing on the internet, they are not even living in Ghana. You guys, you are in another country, or some of you are in Nigeria, fueling issue for Nigerians that live in Ghana. I said it earlier on that this thing you are pushing is not going to affect only Igbo people. It's going to affect all Nigerians. Because Ghanaians did not know the difference between a Yoruba man or a Igbo man or an Hausa person or a Benue person. They know everybody to be Nigeria. If some of you are now doing it for your selfish interest, it's going to affect all Nigerians. And if you think, oh, your family member is not in Ghana, so you can do whatsoever you want, it no concern you and all of that. You don't know. Life is always turning around. There will be a time that your own family member go need to go to Ghana, go do something. That is when you now realize the mistake you've done today because of your selfish interests. And all these things are happening. It's only Ghanaian media that are publishing it. Have you seen Nigerian media talking about this thing? No, they don't care. And mind you, if the whole thing escalates, don't blame Ghanaian for anything. Nigerians that live outside Ghana are the ones fueling this problem on internet. Now, the Nigerians living in Ghana are panicking for the mistake of Nigerians that are living outside Ghana. So we need to stop this nonsense some of us always do on internet. I've seen a lot of Nigerians bragging, and these same people that are bragging about Ghana doing nothing and all of that, they are not even staying in Ghana. I know a lot of them on this internet. And most of them are not living in Ghana, but they are fueling and insulting Ghana 24 hours on this internet, causing problem for Nigerians that are living in Ghana peacefully with Ghanaians then. That is why I tell most people that most Nigerians are not smart. They mistake our stupidity to smartness. Because if it's not stupidity, how will you be in another man's country, or how will you be in Nigeria and you'll be fueling fights in another country that you know that Nigerians are much there? I too used to do that nonsense before, and I stopped it because I cannot be in another country and I'll be fueling issues for people that are living in that country peacefully. So Nigerians, we need to stop this nonsense we do on internet. Anyway, share your thoughts on the comment section responsibly, and for those that love to cry, cry responsibly on the comment section. Thank you.
So President John Dramani Mahama have actually come out to say that he is not in full support of, the Nigeria must go, closing down the foreigner shop in Ghana. According to him, that the traders rules need to be reviewed. Remind you, this traders rule was actually amended during his tenure, and now he's saying that it needs to be reviewed to be able to allow foreigners that are doing businesses in Ghana, to be able to fit into the market situation. But that does not stop them, that does not stop the government from creating exclusive way for the citizens to benefit more than the foreigners. So the rules of foreign business traders in Ghana currently is going to be reviewed, which will enable Nigerians and other foreigners to do retailing business in Ghana. That is what the president said. And he also addresses the social media bullying also, that you'll be tracked down immediately. You use abusive words, or you confuse the people, or you have this war instigation, you instigate war between two countries, Ghana and other countries. You'll be tracked down and be persecuted immediately. So For me, Nigerians, I feel like you people have learned in a hard way. Now, from now going forward, please be law-abiding citizens. If you know all those things you are doing, if you know someone that is doing it, now start reporting that person by yourself as a Nigeria. Be that example of a good Nigeria that we want you to be. In order, it's not just in Ghana. If you see a Nigeria that is doing bad, report that person, because if you don't report that person, it will turn back on you. When they caught this person, they will say you are a Nigerian too. It will also go to you too. So once you see a Nigerian person doing bad and you're a changed person, report the other person. Let the change start from you. Start reporting all these people spoiling Nigerians' name that you know. Okay, so Nigerians, please, you have learnt your lesson, and Ghanaians are not backing down anytime soon. I just pray that this whole thing gets sorted out, and Nigerians have really learned in a hard way. Let me know your thoughts on the comment section. I still remain Simply Lilian. Please like this video, subscribe, and share. I will see you on my next one. Bye.